The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
When was the last time you had really good Texas-style barbecue? Eric's Family Barbecue, the way it's supposed to taste. Always delicious, never rushed, and prepared to perfection. Eric's Family Barbecue uses only 100% fresh meat, slowly smoked over mesquite wood until it's juicy and delicious. We all know their brisket is the best, but have you tried their pulled pork ribs, or rib tips? Amazing, and their sides are all house-made. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more information.
A little bit of everything. I do some singing, some dancing, some chatting with the guests, the skits, the monologues, the comedy.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
Wonderful comedy.
It really is a lot of
I hate you now. I hate you for that. Don't put that in my head, because it's not. Thank you, Silence the Voice. I have to say, and I know this hurts you, Brady, and I don't know if it's the other guys in the room the same. If you sleep on your back exclusively, either you're dying, you're dead, you're a weirdo, or you're a baby. I have to sleep on my back right now. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how back sleepers live their lives. You have to be, like Brady, you have to, because you're attached to a radiator. So in order
but
to
I don't
breathe,
have to. I'm probably about half the time on my back.
So you can actually move over to your side and stuff,
yep,
but you
either
start
side.
on your back. I don't know how anybody goes to sleep on their back. This is impossible. Impossible sleeping conditions for me right now.
I usually fall asleep on my back, but I kill both shoulders because I have to sleep on my side.
It's corpse stuff. Just sleeping there like you're a vampire in a
Do
coffin.
you normally sleep on your side?
Side, stomach, anywhere but just laying flat on my back like I'm in a...
Do you still have separate but adjoined beds?
No, that was switched out now. I wouldn't have gotten out of this without the adjustable frame, tough-to-needle adjustable frame. That's been awesome having that.
Think about that. So that lifts you up in the morning?
Oh, no, I'm fine now. It helped out for sure, though.
Oh.
And you get the legs up above your heart it's great. But sleeping on your back it's impossible. It's flat impossible. Laying there, waking up, and I can't do any other positions. I can't cross my legs. I can't.
Can you sleep in that bed with it crunched up?
Like a V?
Yeah.
That's how I would normally sleep in it.
Oh.
All cranked into the middle.
Weird.
Balled up on my side like a fetus. Yeah. But you can't. It's back sleepers, there's something wrong with them. I wouldn't trust it. Like if you're dating someone new and you go to their house and they're like, good night.
Coughing.
And they roll back onto their back. They're like,
Cross
get
the
out of
arms.
this. There's nothing normal about them. Nothing at all can be
Colin
normal.
Robinson?
Yeah. Good night, Laszlo. Shut the coffin, Guillermo. It's time for nap. I must slumber. I think that he has to go to sleep, Guillermo. Don't get me started. I'll get the whole show out of the way. It's time for us to slumber, Guillermo. I can't do it. You're not a back sleeper. You're an Italian.
side sleeper, 100%.
No Italian, because their hands move around too much to sleep on their backs. Just talking in their sleep.
I'd be smacking
That's
New Booty in the face.
That's how Miss New Booty, she wakes up with black eyes. She says, what's wrong? She says, Brett talks in his sleep.
John, I'm like Brady. 9 hours on my back with a radiator strapped to my face.
Yeah, how do you do it? I envy you. I envy all of you, this back sleep thing. Because I've been trying so hard. I'm like, all right, this is it. I feel good enough rolling over. I'm doing a side thing. Nope. Extreme pain. Got to roll back over onto my back. So then yesterday I got on the stomach, laid down like, here we go. This is it. Like 8 minutes before it started to radiate nonsense. I'm like, damn it. Crawl back, get on my back, and lay there like a dying person. Hospital bed sleep it's impossible. I don't trust any of you. You tell me I'm an exclusive back sleeper, I don't trust you. You'll steal my money. You will steal my money. You're not a normal person. Normal people sleeping like the letter K. There's stuff sticking out of the sides. There's one going back behind you. There's none of that.
I don't care I don't care
leg.
what position.
Yeah.
I just want sleep. And so if it's whatever, a lot of times you'll turn the side, obviously, throughout the night.
Yeah, but you
Some people
sleep
get
sitting down. Like, I've seen you go to sleep
if I have to
chair.
sleep, I can sleep
in a movie theater
whatever
chair.
position.
Yeah, I've never. You can nestle into your body. I've seen it. It's amazing. It's like a cold bird. His little head goes into those shoulders because there's no neck. Movie theater seats, which are like the least comfortable seats of all time. It's like
now they have those reclining ones.
Yeah, now
That's
the recliner's
trouble.
pointless. You
Trouble.
should never go. But the old seats, the old theater seats, hey, Brady, this movie's great. Hey, Brady, wake up. Brady, wake up. The movie's good. Huh? Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm like, how are you doing this?
Arms folded, didn't move.
Folded.
Doesn't move.
How?
Because his head's in his neck.
You got to go to a chiropractor after those
Yeah.
old theater seats.
If you had a neck.
What needs to be adjusted?
Yeah. He's a human.
Find something to adjust.
His
Brett.
head
All
is
right.
sitting on a beanbag. Of course it's comfortable. We were at Superman, for God's sakes.
Is that the one that Chuck fell asleep also?
Superman v. Batman.
I'm like, good Lord, this thing's... Brady, wake up. This is a very loud... Never mind. Who cares?
Dark.
Chuck.
John, I, for one, have to sleep on my back to assert my dominance and not lose my side for my vicious bitch wife encroaching into my bed.
I told you, something's wrong in your life. You don't have a normal life if you're sleeping on your back exclusively. I trust a stomach sleeper. A, I think they can fight, and B, they're willing to let it all hang out. Like, they're the type of people you want to party with. They take a sleeper to Vegas because they're like, yeah, my ass is in the air at night. Yeah. I take chances. I'm risky.
John, ask Jay about sleeping on her back.
Jay Gutentag? Tell you what, man, sleep on your back.
With the eye open.
Can't help it, man. If you're sleeping on your stomach, you better be laying on a mirror, man. Yeah, I can't do it. Today's the first day I get to shower finally. For God's sakes, a real shower, not one of these hospital towel baths I've been taking. It's nightmarish.
Are you covered in plastic on that side?
I got a waterproof thing over, but I can take that off and then use the antibacterial soaps. Wash the wound. Today's the day I find out. Well, for me, I'll do it at the end of the show. I'll take the bandage off and we'll see if it's oozing.
Ooh.
If it's oozing, then I'm done.
Uh-oh.
It's terrible.
Back to the hospital?
Oh, yeah. Terrible news.
New hip.
Well, no, I probably have to go back in if it's oozing.
Your body's rejecting it?
No. Well, it could be. It could be infected or something. Oh, completely.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I'm somewhat rooting for it. I want to tear this thing down. I'm like Al-Qaeda and my body's one of those buildings. I just feel like, let's just wreck it. I treat my body like Sim City. I built the city. Now let's see what happens when dragons and UFOs come attack.
It's Jenga.
Yeah, let's tear it apart. But yeah, I don't think it is though. There's absolutely zero.
You'd know.
Not necessarily. They say you don't know
Really?
until you take off the bandage, and if anything comes out, you might have an issue going on. I will squeeze to see if something comes out though.
Well, something's going to come out if you do
Nope,
that.
not necessarily.
No?
Not if it's healing well inside.
I don't know if it's a good weld.
Yeah, it's not like a jelly. It shouldn't be oozing pus. That's the thing, 'cause that's a sign of infection. But look, I'll squeeze this thing down to anything to not sleep on my back anymore. You are a creepy person if you're an exclusive back sleeper. Think of that. You know those people, like they do those time sleep studies, and they'll do and they'll film you for 8 hours, and see somebody sleeping on their back for 8 hours and they never move and they just kind of jiggle, like, because the time lapse is 8 hours and 2 seconds, and they just kind of jiggle a little. Like, that is a creepy person. I want somebody flopping around. Their brain's at work. That means your brain doesn't work too. Your brain's at work. There's something wrong with you if you're a back sleeper. And I've discovered
They're not getting the deep sleep, or it's beyond the...
Look, something's wrong with you. I haven't gotten thorough studies on it because I've just been a back sleeper for 4 days. But something's wrong with you. You should want to move around. If you're lazy when you sleep, how can I trust you when you're awake?
Would you add that to the qualifying questions in the dating world? It's credit.
Credit. How's your relationship with your dad?
What's your favorite
Back
sleep
sleeper.
position?
Yeah, got to know your credit score. How long have you been at your current employment? And now maybe, would you sleep just exclusively on your back? I sleep just on my back and I never move. All right, you're going to steal my money. You're a crooked human being.
So long, Elvira.
Yeah, you're done. Get in your casket, weirdo. Now, if she says I sleep on my back because I got sleep apnea and everything else, I'm dating a pig. So, I mean, well, she's automatically cast out. I have sleep apnea. I could have guessed. That's a visual with a lady with sleep apnea. Very rarely comes with, Hildy's look. You don't see Justin Bieber's wife for, the sleep apnea machine.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a build, Brady. She'd be you. I'm not dating that. No offense. No, hot, all right. She's definitely hot.
Hot sleeper.
She sweats on the sheets, that's for sure, for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, I don't like that whole. I have to see him move a couple of times. You can maybe fall asleep laying on for a second, but it better be uncomfortable fast because otherwise your mind's completely shut down. You're a blank person. Ugh. But I got to get out of that. So today's the first shower. That will coincide with the first dump since last Thursday, a real good one.
Oh, still nothing yesterday, huh?
I told you, waiting till the showers are open.
Locked it down until it
I know, but still, after
Store's
that,
closed, Brett.
after drinking the, oh man,
Magnesium citrate,
Yeah,
that's just to break it down. It's in waiting. There's a line outside the door. It's like Black Friday.
Have you been drinking the citrate the whole time?
No, just one big one when I realized, all right, we're about 4 days in. I got to break down what's built.
just did a shooter of it and went to town.
10 ounces. Told myself, we're not doing anything with it. It's the whole bottle. It's like, we're going to take this to the next level. Body, you do your job slowly. Store some of this. Put it aside. Break down the big pieces. When we're ready to shower, we'll take a dump.
Jank 'em.
Whatever. Still going to be clean. The sandalwood smell at the end. Then I redress my wound, barring some type of oozing.
Ooze free.
Yeah. We'll take it off before the show, and we'll see if it's oozed.
We'll have the chips ready.
We'll film it. Well, actually, yeah, we'll film it.
It'll be like Ralphie's stuff? Ugh.
Oh, that's kind of... Look, that's exactly it.
It is, isn't
Ralphie
it?
slept on his back.
Yeah. Well,
He didn't have
not
a
at
choice.
the end.
Yeah.
No,
once you got
that's
on
why
the
he
back,
died. He fell asleep
the
on his
turtle.
stomach.
Sorry, Ralphie.
Yeah, no, his stomach thing, when he fell on his stomach, there's no getting him over. I walked in and he was staying at my house at the time. He was on his back. One foot was on the floor. The rest of him was sprawled out on that
For
bed.
equilibrium or what?
No, he said he was trying to get up.
And he fell back
He
asleep.
went back to sleep. Hall & Oates playing on his phone as his alarm. I was supposed to take him here.
I'm sorry, Johnny. I screwed up. I'm screwed up, man.
I go, I got to go.
I know. I'll meet you there at 7.
All right.
God damn it. I feel terrible falling back asleep. I just can't believe that happened.
All right, I'll see you in 5 minutes. Jesus Christ, he's out already. Another thing, I need to meet a person who does this for a living because you're the devil. These news stories that got me again this morning, and I know we've all fallen for it. I clicked on a story today that said Arctic scientists can't, or not Arctic, but it was a North Pole scientist, can't believe what they saw on an iceberg in Canada. And
You're thinking a
creature.
mammoth or
There's
something,
a creature
or a
on
new
it.
creature.
Well, they saw it living, and so there's a picture. So I squeeze in on it a little bit, and it looks. I'm like, man, is that a dog? Like all alone out there on this iceberg, like this tiny little iceberg. It's about to break. I'm like, look at that. So I start reading the story, and I get through. These scientists, and it always starts out with the story of where they left. We left from Newfoundland at blah blah blah, and you get me across the thing. And what they normally do is this. It kind of gives you the background of the guys. Then it says next page, and I'm like, uh-oh. I'm in one of those. Click next page. The leader of this blah, blah, blah is this man named Thomas Bjorgensen. He's from... And I'm like, okay, that's too much background on that guy. Next thing. And then what they saw next would shock anyone. Couldn't believe what they had seen, how long it had been there. I'm like, what is it? Next page. 6 pages in. Now we're talking about the boat. Next page,
Wow.
We're talking about the origin of species that have lived on icebergs in the past. Next page. And I'm like, this, and then you realize I'm in one of those news chase stories, eternal ads.
Where they just get the clicks.
Where you get the click after click, but they never tell the story. But then I thought, somebody's got to write this.
Yeah.
Somebody has to sit down and
the
pen out.
genius.
Boss, I told the story in 4 pages.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
No, not good enough. We need 66 pages of
And you're going to lose
fluff.
them on page 2 if it's not good enough.
There has to be a college course on how to and keep me interested in saying, and then the pictures came out. And it always ends with like, okay, next page is going to be see pictures, click next page. And then it's a jeans ad sitting there, and I have to scroll that out of the way. And I'm like, I know I'm in an ad. I know I'm in sponsored content, but I need to know what that thing was. So then I go and I search out scientists see dog on iceberg. And then it goes back to like this, what was that guy who had all the Stapleton or whatever his name was? The guy Shackleton. Was it Shackleton or Ford? Whatever. The guy that had all the dogs he had to eat when he crashed his boat down in the Arctic. You're like, it's not a story. Or is it? No, it's a polar bear. I knew that. No. It was like a Labrador retriever sitting on top of an iceberg. And I'm like, And the iceberg wasn't what you're picturing. It's not like the Matterhorn. It looked like a shelf, a little tiny chunk of ice.
Yeah.
Big enough for a house, maybe.
How many pages did you go? How many clicks?
6.
See, I'm a 2 and out.
Yeah.
If you don't get me in, I'm out.
Then you're on to it. You're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Well, I was
one of
on to it.
these.
Once it says next page, you're on to it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not in a thing.
If it's 2 sentences and next page,
Yeah.
that's it.
I mean, I've thumbed through, hottest summer bikinis and moved the ad out of
I'll
the way
suffer
and hit
for
the
that.
X
Yeah,
and hit
yeah.
next page on that. And I go, that's not that hot. That's not hot. And the next thing you know, it's Lizzo. And I'm like, damn it. They're just putting anybody in a bikini up there now. But there has to be someone who writes it. And I'm fascinated now by the class you would take. What used to be you'd get rid of the fluff and write the story. And now there's got to be a class somewhere out there where it's all fluff. Like you'd want to, don't get to the story. Never get
ads.
to the story. But the ads are not part of the story. The ads are just the clicks that come up and you click on, click out. They just want the clicks to say we got this many ads to make you go to the next page. But the story is written. There's no ads in the story. The story has to be this 40-page thing that never, ever finishes. It's brutal. How many times have you fallen for the master this NFL logo quiz and I'm like, oh, I can do that.
New NFL logos
Yeah,
are...
the new NFL logos are
those
a good
ones
one.
are good.
And the next page always has that stupid thing that shoots over it right when you're about to hit next page and it takes you to the link to the ad. To then you got to click out of that to go
Pops up.
back to the game you were
damn
playing.
it.
But there's someone out there writing those. And to that back sleeper, I'd like to say, I hate you.
The devil.
You are. You're a back sleeping devil. Vampire. But I fell for it this morning, and I still don't know what the hell's on that shelf. Was it a dog? Probably not. Probably something that should be out there, like a seal that was covered in oil or something. I got no idea. And then I also saw in that same little group, finally, and Brett, you're a baseball fan, the playoffs. Next week, we got playoffs. Toledo's team is a half game out right now, relying on the Baltimore Orioles to squeak them in.
They got me one last night. They beat the Red last night.
That's right.
Can
And
it
that's
be
their
2 in a row?
No, that's their limit.
Damn it.
Man.
They're not going to win.
That's
that
their
series.
one game the rest of the year.
That's it. Your Mariners are probably out. But a nice run. Nobody expected it.
Good run.
A rebuilding team. But finally, ESPN has done what men have been begging for while watching baseball for years. Finally. I mean, how many times, Brett, we watched a game over at the bar, and I said, you know what would make this better? Women talking. Like, only women talking.
Oh,
like,
all the time. Yeah.
Like, this is
Wow.
what I want. It's just nothing but chicks talking during the game. That's ESPN is giving you the all-female broadcast team on ESPN Radio for the Dodgers and Padres game. I don't know if it's
Mendoza
Tammy Brenneman and
no, it's just 2. Oh, yeah, damn. Hello, ladies. Tammy Brenneman here. Not some in a dress, that's for sure. No, it's some lady who does Orioles games, and Jessica Mendoza.
Oh.
And they're going to tag them up in ESPN, which is insulting in itself to say that you're only getting the job because you're women, which is really the opposite of your movement. But okay, take it, I guess. It's the affirmative hiring of saying you're women, so you're qualified, which is not true. And Mendoza's done a nice job for as long as she's done it. I still can't watch a game where she does stuff because I don't want to hear her talk about
Squaring it up.
squaring up a pitch and standing in the box when a fastball is going by because she used to play women's college softball. You don't have the insight I want. Now, if she was the play-by-play, maybe. But color analyst, that's why Alex Rodriguez is in there. And to be honest with you, she's better than him. But that ain't
not
saying
saying
much.
much,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
He's
keeping the
not
bar
good.
low. Alex is awful. But yeah, girls talking during a baseball game. That's what we've all said. And we need more of it. Like I say it all the time when I'm at Steeler Sunday football. I'm like, guys, please, enough with all the football statistics. And what do you think Casey and Megan say about this? We want to hear them say stuff. Let's get the ladies chatting out loud about this game.
If they were knowledgeable.
Nope, we still don't want to hear it, especially if you're knowledgeable. Because our assumption is you just picked that up a couple weeks ago. Don't want to hear it. But yeah, so get used to that. That's coming. I give Kevin Ray that kind of heat all the time, and he just won't say a word. So I don't know his true opinion on it. I can't imagine it's good because he's got to do broadcasts sometimes with ladies. For his son.
protection mode.
Oh, he's for it because he has to be. But I think deep down he doesn't want to do Suns games with. Like he got into broadcasting to sit next to like Eddie Johnson and Tom Chambers and that. And he looks over and he sees like 3-time gold medalist Anne-Marie Drysdale.
Anne-Marie.
What her name is, I don't know.
Well, here you go.
She was married to Don Drysdale. I'd ask her questions about that.
Len Casper or the girls' gas team?
It pains me to say it. I would eat coconut. Len Casper or the girl team? The girl team out of, oh, my God. I'd say the girl team just to hear the novelty of it.
Okay. Wow.
Len Casper, I just hate. The girl team would be like, I know I'm not going to like it, but it might be kind of funny.
Kind of hate listening?
Yeah, kind of a hate listen. But yeah, nobody wants that. And why can't we have stuff? Well, if the lady said, hey, we don't want men broadcasting our WNBA games, we'd be like, good, men don't want to do it. I give Kevin Ray, like, again, I always talk to him about it. I'm like, Jesus, the time you've put in to wait for Al McCoy to either die or retire, which looks like it's going to be the same day, and sit back and be the number 2 and, flying back and forth to do Cowboys radio and be a, broadcaster, professional, I said. And then they had the nerve to say, hey, while you're here, you want to call a few of those WNBA games? Else? And he had to do it. There's no way he wanted to.
It happens, and they go, we're going to go with Drysdale. Thanks for waiting.
If they replace McCoy. Well, Drysdale is a color person, so they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't give her, I said color, not colored, which, by the way, you're not supposed to say color analyst anymore because of that very reason. But she does the flavor. I don't know. But she's occasionally on there. And she doesn't, it's tolerable. You just don't want to hear it. Is it misogynistic? Absolutely. Sports are naturally that way. That's why it's divided into men's sports and women's sports. But if ladies said, hey, no more male broadcasters for our games, we don't want to hear you dudes talking, we'd be like, you got it. Wouldn't be a fight. But there they are, like a little virus, sneaking over into our games.
We want to do one.
All right. I'll let you do one.
I want to do it with my friend. I don't want any men in the booth.
Why not?
'Cause.
You're going to throw a hissy if we say no, aren't you? You're going to call lawyers and stuff.
You know we will.
All right. Hey, you guys could start your own league.
Ow!
I guess you can do our stuff. Just hanging around. Somebody opened the door, cracked it, let one in.
That's called equality.
Look, I was in a car yesterday with a lady who was afraid to get gas because it was dark out. There's no equality. Calm down. You ever seen a roach in a house? Tell me where equality goes then. Mine's a pure panic. It's like the Nazis. Anne Frank would have panicked less if Nazis were in the attic with her.
And a roach was crawling next door.
Than the way Megan acts when a roach is in the house. Like Nazis Anne Frank would have been like, I kind of expected this. There's no reason or rationale with a roach in the house and Megan. It's insanity.
Oh, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
I'm like, all right, calm down. What? All right, point then. Some direction.
Words.
I need you to gather yourself.
I need you to get it. I need you to get it.
I don't even know what we're talking about, but I assume it's a roach.
Oh, God, why? Why do we have so many of them?
One? Geez, you're right. I don't know. Where is it?
By the door. By the door.
All right.
Well, don't squish it. Don't squish it.
I was just going to
What
say,
do you
you
want
want
me to
kill
do?
him or you got to set catch and release?
It's a hard hug.
I do what I want now. For a while there, I used to do the cup it and then put it out.
Liberate it.
But then I'm
Don't
like,
look, Megan.
this is
Don't
Saving
look.
Private Ryan. Like, it's just going to come back and kill us in our sleep. So now she's like, don't. And I just squish it everywhere and laugh. I'm like, don't throw a fit or this happens.
Oh, why did you have to do that?
Well, it's going to come back later. It's ridiculous. Plus, watching The Sopranos, I'm coming up with all sorts of new ways to kill. Oh,
Turn into Phil Leotardo.
oh man. Put it under the car.
Little mini pool cue.
Oh, yeah, because that's what he did to Vito's butt. Yeah. They found him with a pool cue in his ass because he was gay. I don't know if they could get away with that entire season of Vito being gay and them killing him because of it.
It's like,
Yeah.
But they deal with it in a real weird way because Tony goes to the psychiatrist there and says, deep down, I don't care. I just know how it looks. And some of the guys that do care are going to make me, like they're going to start skimming if I let this go. Like if I give him a pass, all this other stuff's going to be like, he didn't even care. He's got this guy representing us.
that's where I felt the pressures, maybe a little pressures on how to deal with that during that season.
They dealt with
writers.
it ugly. There was no.
Yeah, but it could have been.
But they,
they wanted to at least address the other side too, saying tolerance and.
I didn't see any tolerance.
I did out of Tony.
I saw Tony saying, "I don't care, but we can't tolerate it."
Yeah.
I saw the fact that tolerance was not an option.
He said it, but he kind of let Vito go a little while with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's disgusting.
Probably hoping that Phil was going to take care of it regardless.
Somebody was going to get him.
Yeah.
And it wasn't him because he liked him and because he made him a lot of money.
He was an earner.
He was the biggest earner he had.
Yep.
But he's like, why couldn't he just stayed where he was? Now we got to do something. And man, oh man, that punishment was brutal. Shoved a pool cue up his butt.
Hello, Vito.
Oh, that's going to be Friday. Is there an early showing Thursday night or anything?
Probably.
I wonder if it starts at midnight.
It starts at 9 our time.
On Thursday?
I would bet, because it's going to be released midnight Eastern.
Let's take a look.
I bet you we get it at 9 on
It'll be
HBO
up all
Max.
night.
Oh, I'll be watching that. Many Saints in Newark. Oh, I can't wait. And watching the Sopranos stuff. This surgery couldn't have come at a better time, laying on that couch and catching up, doing all the subtle nuance of all things that are, I forgot about Paulie and his fake mom, and his mom was his aunt, and all that revealed later, and that's going to come up. Oh, it's going to be amazing.
You're her.
You're whore.
Yeah. She was a hooah. Oh. Friday. I can't wait.
Oh, man, I hope you're right. I hope it is at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, because that's what they used to do with Mandalorian. It would come out the Thursday night before on the Fridays. The Boys, too. You could watch it the night before because it comes out early. But they probably have HBO. Well, no, they probably don't. HBO West East Max. It's just one big app.
I would imagine.
So when they release it, it's Friday at midnight. Oh, that means 9 for us, gang. Yes. So I won't see it in the theater. I'll see it here. Brady won't see it for days.
I'll do both. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm still going to go to the theater.
I just
hope it's on at 9.
I just hope it doesn't suck. Because my hopes are up. This is the first movie I've had a high bar for in a while.
Earliest showing at the theaters is 10:50 on Friday.
What's wrong with that?
It's too long. That's not 9 o'clock the night before.
It's a full 12 hours later.
Yeah, all right. I got you. Well, if it's not 9 the night before, 10:50 showing, we're in. God, I do. This is the first movie I've literally had high hopes for. It's been a long time. I can't remember the last one. I'm like, this is going to be great. I really don't know because the Marvel movies are all crap. There hasn't been one that I've been like, this movie gets me pumped
David
up.
Chase hasn't done anything bad though, so I mean,
Well, he's only done The Sopranos.
It's
So you're right. But.
six seasons worth 6 plus
True.
2. I mean,
Well, the Vito season.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't it 6.5?
Yeah, because
6.5.
6 was 2 seasons.
It's a writer's
split into
strike.
one.
It wasn't his
Yeah.
fault. But I'm excited about that.
That's all I've been doing, walking around the house. Hey, should get some gabagool. I can't move over here. Jeez Christ. You're always busting my balls.
You walking out every morning in the driveway to get the newspaper?
Yeah, every morning in the robe and the cane.
Yeah.
Uncle June shot me in the leg.
Michael and Troy asked me.
What happened? Are you okay? Uncle June shot me. He
But
stabbed
that
me.
robe.
You look nice in the robe, though. Yeah. Flambés.
So is it at 9 on Thursday? We figured that out?
We got to figure that out fast. He doesn't know.
I'm looking it up.
Cody says, damn it, you guys ruined my brain this morning. Hearing Brady say Kirby fiddles. I now picture Coach Jay Gutentag teaching Kirby how to fiddle. Tell you what, man, you got to get more spit on that middle finger to get that fiddle screaming. If you're going to fiddle, man, you're going to do it my way. Get rosin up that bow. Play that fiddle hard. And now the devil goes down to Georgia, man. Rub peach. The fiddle. Is it a viola or is it a violin? You don't know.
She plays the viola.
Yeah, because her hands are probably bigger.
What's the difference?
One's for bigger-handed kids.
Oh, okay.
And a little bit different sound. The viola.
Yeah.
That was when I knew size mattered. Because in sixth grade, the music teacher went through and sized all of our hands for violin or viola. And said before, if your hands are a little bigger, you're a viola. And if they're a little smaller, you're a violin. And she would go through and go, violin, violin, viola, violin, viola. And I was a viola.
Nothing.
I was a viola, and then the kid next to me was violin, and we made fun of him for having tiny parts for like days.
Just get them little violin hands. She can't whopping around as,
What do they call that thing? What's the word for the pink they use in Sopranos all the time? Because they talk about his, I can't remember.
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, but the prosciutto one, the one that sounds like prosciutto.
The piche?
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Pichadillo?
Pichadillo.
If I don't put a pichadillo in his mouth, I'll chop off his pichadillo.
Looks like
Does that just mean pee-pee?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Pichadillo is great.
Looks like you guys are going to have to wait until midnight.
No!
Son of a... No.
Make it different.
Everything I'm finding says nothing about Thursday.
All right. We'll get to it.
I might be up at midnight anyway.
You keep talking, I'm going to shove a pichadillo in your mouth.
Take a nap.
Yeah, take a nap and then, yeah.
All right. That'll work.
You're used to midnight.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw a school bus go by our window and started laughing because the lady in Yuma, did you see that?
No.
So the school bus driver in Yuma has been put 21 kids in like there's 40 kids on the bus, and she just decided to start playing a game to see how many she could throw into the seat in front of them, smashing the brakes. And she hurt like 20 of them. And it turned out she kept saying, "Oh, some in the road," and like and just mashing them, but she was just doing it for fun. And they caught her, and now she's got like a 40 lawsuits against her, and like all the people. But it's 2021. 21 kids are injured, but I bet you like half of them are lawsuit injured. Like they just got a bruise. No big deal. But she was smashing the brakes and short stopping to mash the kids into the front. It's 2021. All the safety measures for those little angels' ears. And they still don't have seatbelts on buses. They still let them free float on the space shuttle.
They have the cut lines for the jaws of life when the accident
they know
rolled
how
over.
to cut open. They know how to get the kids out, but they don't have like a place that they can belt them in. It's down in Yuma. She's just smashing the school brakes to mash. We used to have a bus driver when we'd go to Roosevelt Elementary that would hit the 2 water dips in the road, and we would bounce on purpose and try to hit the ceiling. She caught on like, that's pretty cool. And she would pop the kids and like she'd speed up to hit them, and we'd be like, yeah. And we'd bounce in our seats and grab the seat in front of us. And when we'd hit the bump, if you timed it right, you'd crash into the ceiling of the bus and then come smashing back down into your chair.
Your goal.
But all she had to do was not
2 hands on the roof.
No 2 hands back.
Oh,
that was the goal. You tried to shoot out of your seat, tuck, and smash your back into the roof. And it didn't happen often, the back part. But if you got up there, if she hit it right and you timed it right, and it was a celebration. Kids got hurt. Nobody lost any teeth because we were tougher than today's kids. But bus drivers are not known as, they're not like tenured scholars at Columbia. Yeah, these are. I'm a professor at Columbia. I just love the children. I'd like to drive them to school in the big yellow, if you know what I'm saying. And no, these are people who are just kind of picking up a couple bucks in a side hustle, usually drag rat kids to school.
Hating it.
Which is probably the reason the lines of mom cars are out of control around elementary schools, is because bus drivers got a little less than trustworthy.
Wow.
In the last couple of years,
more
it was.
helicoptery.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
But there's a reason. And bus drivers probably played a part in that, too. South Park showed us back in the late 90s what we thought of school bus drivers as the lady who had the bird's nest in her hair and an actual bird living in it. But, she gets in trouble for this. She's done. And that means that somebody even less qualified than she was will now take her place. That's my favorite part, is that this lady, she passed all the tests.
Somebody.
Well, that's the point. She passed all the tests and was willing to do it.
She's had a heartbeat, John.
That's right.
That's the first
It's
test.
Yuma, for God's sake.
But again, everyone down in Yuma's got a heartbeat. She was willing and for some reason able to do this. Now they're saying she's not. So next man up, which is somebody they hadn't hired yet. They're not going to find.
Didn't make the list.
It's not going to be needle in the haystack. It's actually just a little less than the one that was mashing your kids into the seat in front of them. So now I can't wait for the next story as they dive into the bottom of the barrel for bus drivers. It's fantastic.
It's great. I don't have to work at Love's Truck Stop anymore.
I don't have to blow truckers anymore. I can take kids for school bus rides. I was making ends meet with, a couple of shots in the old throat on a Thursday and Friday.
I'll do it as long as I can sleep on the bus.
Yeah. Can I live in it? Can my dogs live in it? Sure. We don't care. Just don't stop short. But they got the picture of the lady up there, and I'm like, and the most amazing part was, I'm like, Yuma has schools? I didn't know that. Thought it was just prison, and then like a high school that nobody goes to anymore. Yuma's a thriving metropolis. But they got that bus driver. So to all the other bus drivers that are normal housewives that want to do good, and you're the exception to the rule. You realize that when you tell people I drive a school bus for a living, no one's impressed, right? Usually, I want to hand you a couple bucks. Oh, things are tough, huh? Nobody gets that goal in life at age 17. I'm going to drive school buses. It's like not a goal. It's usually a fallback or a mistake
or you're grooming.
or that. Yep, you could be a groomer.
Just saying.
You know, that's what runs through our heads.
You're grooming. You know where they live.
If you were at a highfalutin, high-stakes trip read party, right?
You're not saying it.
And you're dating a school bus driver. Are you saying to her in the car, let's not tell anybody what you do for a living.
You work at a school.
You work for the public school system.
You're in the administration.
You work in education.
And that lady who has her glasses on a stick.
Yes.
So, what is it you do for a living, Veronica?
I'm a school bus driver.
Oh, how novel. Okay, hide the jewels.
I'm just saying, that's not a... Is it noble? Not really. No. It's just, you can drive the school bus. It's just not looked upon as one of those high-end gigs. Somebody's got to do it. And usually it's somebody like what we saw in the news last night, smashing your kids into the seat in front of them for laughs.
I think it's pretty funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. But the stuff that went on. But again, it falls back on how much tax money do we need to give these people before they put seatbelts in the buses. You can sit and say pay the teachers more and all this other stuff, but seatbelt the buses.
I think the new ones
do. The new ones are at the new ones are at schools that don't use the buses that much because the parents are too afraid to put their kids on buses.
I don't know. There's a big line at Mountain View still.
I bet you they don't have. I bet you they don't have the straps. Just the special kids do.
I don't think they put them on there.
They used to strap the special kids in.
Yeah, that was forced on them.
Well, because they'll just float away.
Right,
They can't use their hands to balance.
Is there any video of this? I want to see this.
Yeah, I would like to see that too.
I'm looking for it.
But I mean, you've seen the school bus videos from the inside. Every time there's a problem, there's one kid just flying across the top of the bus, and we tried to do it. There was a girl named Becky Beering. She became like the Simone Biles of the bus bounce. It was unreal. She was boing, boing. She would time it.
Pull a flip
perfectly.
off in between the.
We started talking about flips, and then it stopped because one of the kids told the parents that we're banging around, and I think one kid landed on another kid. That's the worst that would happen. We were like a mosh pit. We took care of each other. Nobody was going to hit the seats. We were like, all right, Becky Beering's going to be the one that bounces to the ceiling today because she's great at it, and we keep an eye on it. Burkhart was light. I was light. We could get some bounce out of that. Stebbings was 6 feet, 200 pounds in sixth grade, so he was the bouncer. He kind of hung out and helped you move, and then we started to prop and bounce and throw. But the bus was a free-for-all. It was supposed to be. But they still don't have seatbelts on the buses. You can't get mad at the bus driver for stopping short, especially when your kids are screaming out horrible things. So to that bus driver, I say, hey, we lost another gem willing to do it. Now you got to go out there and start begging homeless to drive your kids to school because nobody wants that job. It's not a job.
There's a broken arm. There's no injuries.
All right. I like Brady's approach. No broken bones.
Wow.
Everybody's okay.
The new director of CBS Arizona is Brady Bogan.
I broke my arm. We got to stop the bus game.
Get back in there.
Yeah, it's nothing. Anyway, so to Yuma, I say, I'm sure that you guys had a real high-end group driving the kids in the first place. Firing them, terrible idea. She'll be back driving a bus in the next 5 months out of necessity.
By the way, you search for this story.
Yeah.
The second story after this, Yuma Unified High School District 1 seeking bus drivers.
Yeah, of course they are.
And Yuma, release the video for God's sakes. I'm trying to find it.
If they'll put videos on the buses before they'll put seatbelts on there. Scott Haynes says, if I take this job as a school bus driver, will it interfere with sleeping 8 hours on my back? It's a great question, but I bet all bus drivers are back sleepers. I think I'm going to go for my dreams and reach for the stars and apply for that bus driving position. Like a city bus? No. Kids' school buses.
So Yuma
not only work all year.
Not only does Yuma need bus drivers, they need bus monitors.
What's that?
Someone who sits on the bus and monitors the kids, apparently.
Because they know the bus driver's unqualified.
Like, you just need to move
focus
the hell out
on
of Yuma.
driving.
That position was created because the bus drivers were probably selling drugs to the kids or vice versa, and then had to step in between. We still need them to drive, but we got to keep an eye on both of them.
It's like the air marshal.
Right. Yeah, well, they should arm them.
$15 an hour.
Hey, look, but what is it, like an hour a day? How long is it taking you to get a busload of kids to school?
It says eight daily hours.
What?
That's what the job description says.
You got to drive there, get your bus, bring it back to the bus depot, which is 40, 50 miles from the high school.
Right.
They're never close.
All right, so there's 2 hours.
Yeah.
Then for 8 hours you work on the bus, not putting seatbelts in it, and then
I'm sorry.
Drive kids to like field trips that don't exist anymore.
How many? And then there's, I don't know how many stops they make.
It's 8 hours a week.
If you want to be a temporary bus driver, it's minimum wage, $12.15 an hour.
Because you don't want to fully commit. You just want to be
That's what
part of the program. Those are the groomers.
Those are the ones.
That's a groomer. I'm here for a little while. I can't imagine an 8-hour day of driving school buses.
I'd rather work at an In-N-Out Burger. If I'm making
if I'm
making minimum wage, I'm over there.
So you need a high school diploma. You need the CDL driver's license. And you need 3 professional references.
Good luck. Professional what? Hookers? The world's oldest profession?
I don't know.
Whatever.
My manager at McDonald's says I'm real good.
Did you graduate high school?
That's close enough. Close
All
enough.
Right. And you have your CDL? I do. And 3 professional references. This letter here is from Mr. Bill Gates. I think you'd recognize that name.
This is the one that came with your Windows power.
This is you know what, though? You're the only one who applied. So thank you. And
yeah, we're going to change the
requirements. We'll check your references, but Mr. Gates thinks you're qualified. You got both your legs and a couple arms. How's your sight? Fair to middling. All right, let's get you wheel. Crazy. What do you got on the big board of musical treats?
All right, wake up song brought to you by our buddies over there at Action Ride Shop. Need the bike fixed? You need a new bike? You need to rent bikes? You need all the accessories? They got you covered over there, over on Gilbert Road and Southern. Check them out at actionrideshop.com as well as on Facebook and Instagram and all the other fun stuff. But of course, Charlie Daniels comes up for the big string show last night.
Fiddles.
A lot of texters are asking if Kirby can learn that. They don't care what it sounds like.
Yeah. Can we get her to play?
I asked her already.
We'll just get her to try it.
Yeah.
Get her the music.
Just film her trying.
We'll get it.
Oh, that'd be
get it right now. I'll get you the music.
Is she reading music? She has to be, right? It's a music class. She's not going.
Yeah, she knows how to. Read the notes, obviously.
Sure.
Yep.
Well, the notes for that. Like she can't read music yet.
I don't.
She just reads the notes
so.
she's given.
Yeah.
Right. Which is getting close.
I take it we're just going to go with that, right?
Oh yeah, Devil Went Down to George's a thing. Do we do the original, or we go with the original's phenomenal? Korn did a good job though.
Yeah.
Brett's not sold on the Korn.
It's
the OG, the Charlie Daniels.
Charlie is the man. All right, we'll go with Charlie. For Brady's big recital last night. How great would it have been at your recital had they gone, oh, you parents are in for a treat tonight. We worked your kids to the bone. And they pulled Devil Went Down to George off.
Phenomenal.
Oh, would have been worth it. What did they play? What songs? Sugar by Harry Styles.
They usually do.
Watermelon Sugar High. This is about anal Angus. The kids don't know. You don't know the songs.
They did one from.
This is sad, Brady. It's less than 12 hours ago.
Chinese song.
Mm.
Something like Coke. Something about Coke. You
don't know the songs?
Each class did.
You're not answering my question.
Song. I don't know this.
It's a witness. That's the only question I asked.
Yeah, I didn't recognize any of the titles of the songs.
He was sleeping during it. He was nestled in like he was at the movies.
Need the titles. Did you go, oh, I've heard this?
No.
Not one.
Didn't recognize.
Nary a song familiar to you.
The boys, the 8th grade choir, their last number.
Yeah.
I did recognize it was some from, I'm not sure which, Broadway.
Man, this is awful. What you went through last night.
Men.
Yeah.
Something about men.
So all you Iraqi and Afghan veterans, count your lucky stars that you were over there because you didn't have to do what Brady did last night. You don't know you weren't there. That's what they should call all kids' recitals. You don't know you weren't there. It's PTSD with strings.
I know the composer of one of the songs was VJ Singh. And I'm like,
The golfer?
the pro tennis player?
Was he a tennis player?
Or VJ Singh was
He's a golfer, yeah.
VJ Armitage was the
That's right.
tennis player.
So Armitage was one of the...
It was VJ. It was...
All right.
Yeah.
So was it the golfer or not?
It was the golfer.
It
wasn't.
He composed for the kid?
No, I
Okay,
guess
you're
there's a
confusing.
composer. There's a composer named VJ Singh.
But you don't know his song. And they didn't play anything familiar, contemporary, anything?
Not really.
No. You have the program?
At home, I
Was
do.
Kirby proud of herself?
Yeah.
Did she come home and go, I nailed it?
She got lost in one part of the song, so she did the smart thing and fade out.
Quit. Fake it.
Mirror that you're...
That's
yeah.
right. Fake it. Take
Yep.
your hands off the thing, but she squeaked.
Yep, and then she got back on track.
She felt good about it? Did you feel good about her
she felt
performance?
good.
Did you watch
I
it?
did,
Oh,
yep.
She's just way off. Pretty proud
No,
of it.
you can't really tell.
Sure you can.
Maybe a little.
You know when
But she was on.
everybody knows when their kid is the stick in the group.
She's not in the first chair. You know,
Right. Those are the good ones.
Yeah.
The upfront kids. The class war.
Yep.
We're trying to teach kids equality, but when it comes down to actual performance, it's like you're a third.
Then they had the choir.
Not
and then they
everybody's
had
good at everything.
One little extra chamber choir. Those are the kids that
Sing in the
step
bedroom.
to the next level.
The good ones.
You have to try out for the chamber
Right.
choir.
So there's the ghetto one.
Regular, all call, all skate.
Everybody gets to play.
7th and 8th grade.
The talent is over here. And the chamber choir came out. What did they sing?
Don't
No
know.
clue. No idea. Fantastic work as a dad. I wouldn't do it either, though. At least you win.
Gospel songs. Mostly.
What? Oh, they did a bunch of Jesus coming
there
to
was
the
2 or
gate stuff.
3. Yeah.
Keeps getting worse.
There was I did like the one song. It's like a spiritual.
Oh, I would rather take a piece of broken glass and open my surgical wound than go to this. Wait a minute. Kids singing about Christ and playing the fiddle during? How deep can I put this knife in my eye? That's a fun game compared to what you went to. Oh, Brady, that sounds awful. Kirby, I highly recommend for your dad's safety and sanity, you just quit that fiddle. If she has to do it, can't she just fake it the whole time and not bother you with it at home?
Yeah, she really doesn't. Like, it's not that loud when she's in her room.
Because she's
practicing.
not doing it.
And I got the
And you're
volume cranked
you
on the
can't.
TV.
You're in the
on
bitch
Squid
barn.
Games, deep into
Watching
Squid Games.
Squid Games is great. Watching Squid Games while the kid's in
You
there
can't hear anything.
not playing violin.
Sometimes it blends in.
Kirby, go practice your violin. Go fiddle that thing.
All right, Daddy.
Okay, so long, sailor.
Why don't you hit the fiddle?
I'm on it, Daddy. Way ahead of you. Daddy, I'm out of honey and Jergens.
Oh, God.
What?
That's how I clean the bow.
Oh. Okay.
Resin.
Whatever.
Just slide it under the door. I don't need you to see me like this, man.
You got it. Here's some honey. You need any of that talc?
At the end, to dry off the carpet, old man.
The best the world has to offer in music, drama, and comedy.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.